the city of Dallas, Texas, the location for the Bulls. For the Dallas Mavericks, they're on solid footing as we get through the middle of the season. Currently ranked number 6 in the Western Conference. Bulls, Mavs is next, right after this. It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Well, among the league's deadlier...
Thanks, David. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Buckets is out there with White, and it's Levine in at the 3 slot. And for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then there's Anderson. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking.
Now here's White. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And so it's Dallas with it. Gay finds Doncic. Good on the three-point shot.
Way downtown. Doncic testing the limits of his range there.
Bean passes to Buckets. It's White on the wing. And the pass to Markkanen. Back to Levine. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Shot clock at 6. Here's Buckets. And another turnover here by Chicago. About a minute played so far here in the first. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. It's a 3-point game. Out to Doncic. Takes a 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Boy, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that 3-point line.
And it's good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Brunson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
White looking around. Buckets. And the Bulls get it back. Dallas has gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. And the shot is good. Doncic has got 10.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes it to Buckets. From 17 feet out and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And just running the offense, White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Rudy Gay on the wing, guarded by Levine. No one covering.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. They trail by 9 points. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a filling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
He gets that one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Levine. The Mavericks making the shot. The shot's good from Buckets.
Boy, Levine's playmaking understated. He can do it when he wants to, though.
Now, Brunson. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to Boston. Anderson outside. No good on the 3. Bulls trail by 14. Here's Buckets, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and, you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Slow down.
Markkanen against Gay. Misses off the right iron. Mavericks leading by 13. Anderson right side. Pass to Brunson. Over in the corner, Doncic. Sinks the three-pointer. Doncic has got 17.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
Buckets. Brunson covering. Here's Buckets. The shot, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
And again, Chicago, no good. Dallas has gone 4 of 5 from three-point land to get things going here in the first. A pass to Gay, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
Boy, Rudy Gay, so good in the alley-oop situation. Bounce, and he floats as well.
Bulls trail by 20. Outside, White to the left wing to end the run. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Luka Doncic.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Pirtle, he's checked in for Porzingis. Powell comes in for Rudy Gay. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Carter. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Levine. And it's done in for Kobe White.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Burke's got his second bucket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
No good from Buckets.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Chicago also making a switch. Saransky's checked in for Buckets. Pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
Dwight Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Burke. Then there's Doncic. And it's Gay in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Buckets in that last game against the Celtics was outstanding. He had an impressive number of points, but it was his season high in rebounds that really stood out. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And doing a much better job from three-point range than they were in the first. It's going to help them chip away at that lead.
And it's Buckets with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Mavericks?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the 3-ball, the long-range shooting.
And that one is stuffed right through.
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Mavericks leading by 17. Doncic outside. Poked away. Three-pointer. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Buckets, and he drops in the layup off the glass. 24 points for Buckets.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Powell, the pass to Porzingis. Pass to Burke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Doncic from the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
Buckets passes to Carter. Porzingis with the block. Gay scanning before. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. Bulls trail by 15. Outside, White. Here's Buckets. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Now here's Levine. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Bulls have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Buckets.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Here's Doncic. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got his 4th assist in this one.
Boy, such a soft release on this difficult shot. Doncic is a master at knowing how and when to use that shot.
And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Gay outside. And they double up Doncic. Back to Gay. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gay's got 8.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
The pass to Buckets. A 3-ball. Cans it from downtown. Buckets got 31.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Brunson scanning the floor. Kicks it out to Gay. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 11 points in the game.
Boy, I love seeing Gay go right up with the shot off the pass. No wasted motion.
Bean passes to Buckets. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Bulls have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8. The first one falls.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Anderson, he's checked in for Powell. Now here's Brunson. 7 points in the game. Anderson in the post. He's guarded by Markkanen. Clock at 4. The 3 for Doncic. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And Dallas again with the bucket.
And he's the main reason they have the lead right now. He's been perfect from the field, literally.
To the paint. Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Boy, I love seeing Levine elevate. One of the most fun dunkers we have in the game.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, he said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Now, here's Doncic. 37 points in the win against Charlotte. Buckets, guarded by Doncic. Buckets, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Here's Brunson. He has 7. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Anderson outside. Doncic outside. Offensive rebound Mavericks. The shot missing. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Bulls. Trailing here by 8. No good from Buckets. Okay, that's a 2-pointer. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Chicago calls timeout.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Porzingis. And Dorian Finney-Smith sub. And so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. The shoot. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. And you know, Buckets has really been making it happen, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen and Carter are up front. White is out there with buckets, and it's LaVine in at the small forward position. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Anderson finds Brunson. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Anderson passes to Doncic. Here's Brunson. Chicago grabs the miss. To the middle. Here's LaVine. And the lead is down inside single digits. LaVine's got 7 points in the game.
You know what you get there, LaVine strong enough now to take on contact, able to complete the play.
Here's Doncic. He can't hit that time. And it's Chicago the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggressiveness.
That's good from buckets. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Dallas leading by 5. Brunson with it. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Doncic. Keeps it alive. Rebound collected by LaVine.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Burks is checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by buckets and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And so LaVine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. A 2-point game. Out to the wing. And there it is for him.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
The shot's good from Buckets.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
To the inside. Here's Gay. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
You got to stay physical and stay aggressive if you're Rudy Gay. Force the defense to make some mistakes.
Foul, he's checked in for Anderson. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for the Bulls. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Here's Buckets. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 6 assists here tonight.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Doncic outside. Back to Burke. Hutchison with the rebound. Now Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since.
What a jam! Are you kidding me?
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much. And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Outside, White. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
In the 7th pick of the 2018 draft, Carter Jr.'s potential is enticing. A bruising big man with a bright future ahead of him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now. So solid numbers in that department.
First one falls for him. Carter hits them both. Mavericks trailed by 4. And it's Buckets with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Burke, the pass to Doncic. Here's Powell. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, Powell showing you right there that he can play through contact. Very physical and good concentration, too, to get that up and down.
Passes it to Buckets. And a miss there on the triple.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And they double up Doncic. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the 2nd round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Gay outside. Pass to Burke. At the elbow, Doncic. To the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls leading by 3. Here's Buckets. And yep, another basket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Dallas calls timeout. some changes here for the Mavericks. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Trey Burke. Chicago also making some changes. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Carter. Porter comes in for Zach LaVine. And it's Dunn in for White. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 5. Kyle Anderson is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Poeltl. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Doncic in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. That's the 3 fly. Buries it from three-point range. Doncic has got 31.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Brunson against Dunn. Here's buckets. But they recover it. And Markkanen throws it down.
Yeah, Markkanen doing a nice job crashing the glass there at 7 feet tall. This guy making good use of his size on that possession.
The Maverick shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Doncic outside. Inside, Poeltl. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Pass to buckets. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, one thing you like there is the extra pass. Evidence that the game is starting to slow down for Dunn.
Mavericks trail by 4. Now here's Brunson. Doncic outside. Feeds to Poeltl. And the dunk by Poeltl.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
It falls and 2 points from buckets.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. And yes, it's good. Doncic has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
Here's buckets. That shot is off. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. There's the pass to Doncic. Poeltl kicks to Doncic. And it's all evened up. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Dunn. And he banks in the layup.
Phenomenal body control by Dunn. Driving straight into the heart of the defense and burying the shot even with contact.
Brunson the pass to Anderson. Now here's Doncic. And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Mavericks. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for the Bulls. White comes in for Dunn. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Porzingis kicks to Anderson. Passes to Brunson. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
A floater. Here's Porzingis. And it's sent back by Carter.
How about the anticipation from Carter Jr.? Has a strong sense for when to go after that block shot.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Down low. Here's LaVine. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shot.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's buckets. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Runs in the pass to Gay. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Gay's got the game tied up here for Dallas. Bulls have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's buckets. And the 3 off target. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. And here's Doncic from the arc. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And he gets it to go.
Great rhythm to Gay's pull-up jumper. Boy, that thing is smooth.
Bulls trail by 4. Doncic comes with the double team. Markkanen from outside. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rebound by the Bulls.
Boy, defense non-existent there. But they catch a break as he whiffs. Boy, a terrific find. Levine plays mostly the 2, but he came into the league as a point guard.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Runs in the pass to Doncic. Anderson outside. From beyond the arc. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
White the pass to Markkanen. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
And Markkanen, the big fella, has nice court vision. Solid at finding open teammates.
Dallas leading by 3. And here is Doncic. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's foul number 2 for him. To the inside. Gay dishes to Anderson. The 3 for Doncic. Markkanen pulls it in. Bulls trail by 3. Here's buckets, and that one is hammered home.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Runs in the pass to Anderson. Outside, Porzingis. Brunson against White. Lock at 6. Now here's Gay. He's guarded closer. That one, no good. And the Bulls going the other way now. He got it again. Sensational. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Dallas making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. That's good from buckets.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Porzingis finds Brunson. And here's Gay. Here's Finney-Smith. Dallas needs to get off a shot to stop the run. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first one drops. Both free throws good from buckets. Mavericks trail by 4. Now Brunson. He kicks it to Anderson. Pass to Finney-Smith. Second shot opportunity, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Yeah, you know, when I covered Gay when he was in college at UConn, he was an outstanding player in the Big East, and it was pretty clear he had a bright future in the NBA in front of him, too.
Pass to Buckets. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Brunson against White. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Gay misses. The Bulls leading by 5. Buckets passes to Markkanen. Over Gay. No good off the back of the rim. The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Porzingis.
He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Passes it to Buckets. Beyond the arc. That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 9 assists now tonight.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Porzingis passes to Anderson. Porzingis trying to get free. Brunson no good. And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 17-7 run. Buckets to the wing on the left. The 3. Out of bounds. Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. There's 1:38 left here in the fourth quarter. White finds Markkanen. The shot's good from Buckets.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Dallas calls timeout. They're behind by 8. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Buckets.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. See if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
To the paint, here's Buckets. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Porzingis. Back to Brunson. 6 to shoot. Some solid defense there from Buckets. Well, Chicago's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Now the feed to Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. 11-point game. Pass to Brunson. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically draw.
And good! There's another.
And that score moving him clear into third all-time for scoring in a game.
Well, G.A., you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished either. And it's good off the back rim and in. 20 seconds left in the fourth. The clock now can just run out for the Bulls. Stolen by Brunson. Anderson outside. Pass to Finney-Smith from downtown. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.